6.2, Multiplying Polynomials. Find each product. A, 3x squared, parentheses, x cubed plus 4, parentheses. So what we're going to do, our first step in all of these is we're going to distribute whatever's in front of the parentheses inside. This entire 3x squared goes to each piece. So 3 times, there's a 1 right here, 3 times 1 is 3. X squared and x cubed. Remember to add your exponents. So squared plus 3 makes 5. And then this entire piece comes to the back. So 3 times 4 is 12, so plus 12. There's an x squared here, but no x here, so just x squared. And that one is done. B is just the same. AB. So AB times a cubed, AB times 3ab, and AB times negative b cubed. So we have 1a and 1b. Because there's no exponent, so it just means it's a 1. So ab times a cubed, there's 1a here and 3 here, so that makes 4. So a to the 4th, and there's no b, so I'm just going to bring down my b. Going to do the ab times 3ab squared. So we've got a, or there's no number here, so 1 times 3 is 3. We've got 1a and 1a, which makes 2. And then 1b and 2 b's makes 3. Going to do the same in the back. There's a 1 and a negative 1, so negative 1. There's 1a. There's no a's back here, so I just write down my a. There's 1b, and then 3 b's, so 1 plus 3 makes 4. I need to check and make sure there's no like terms. There are not, so this one is done. Let's try C. When they're with the parentheses, they're a lot like FOIL, but foiling is just a type of distribution. We're going to take the first, whatever's the first one here, and it goes to all the pieces in the next piece. So x times 1 makes x. X times 3x makes 3x, and there's two x's, so 3x squared. X times negative x squared, so there's 1 plus 2 makes 3. So negative x cubed. But then we also have to take this negative 2, we haven't touched it yet, and take it times each piece as well. So negative 2 times 1 makes negative 2. Negative 2 times 3x, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. There's only one x, so I need to write it. Negative 2 times negative x squared, negative, negative, make it a positive 2x squared. Once we do this, we need to combine like terms. Combine like terms. Remember to put it in standard form. So standard form, and that's where we go from the highest exponents to the lowest exponent. So my biggest exponent, I've got it 2. Oh, I've got a 3. That's my biggest one. There's no other 3, so this entire piece goes first. So negative x cubed. My next highest one is a 2. That's this one and this one. So positive 3x squared plus 2x squared makes 5x squared. Then so we've got the 3, the 2, so I need a 1, which means no exponent, so a 1 and a 1. So we have x to the 1 minus 6x to the 1. So there's 1 right there that we don't see. So 1 minus 6 makes negative 5x. And then we need our one with no x at all. And that's only this one. So I'm just going to bring it down. So this right here is our final answer. D is done the same way. We're going to take this x squared and take it times everything back here. So x squared times x squared is x to the 4th. X squared times negative x, there's 2 and 1 make 3, so negative x cubed. X squared times 1 is just x squared. Then we have our middle one, this 3x, and it has to go to all 3 as well. So we have 3x times x squared. So that is 3x, and then we've got 1 and 2 make 3. Then we have 3x and negative x. So it's negative 3x squared. And then 3x times 1 makes 3x. We still haven't touched this negative 5 at the end, so this negative 5 has to go to all 3 as well. So negative 5 times x squared, so negative 5x squared. I ran out of room, so I'm going to come to the next line. Negative 5 times negative x makes negative and negative makes a positive 5x. Negative 5 times 1 makes a negative 5. This really should be all on one line. I just ran out of room, and so it's fine. We just need to make sure our answer is all in one line. So we need to start with our highest exponent when we combine these. The biggest one I see is the 4, and there's no other 4. Okay, so x to the 4th is going to come first. Then I need to see any that have a 3. There's a negative x cubed, a positive 3x3, and I believe that's it. So that's a negative 1 we don't see. So negative 1 plus 3 makes positive 2, and then keep your x cubed the same. Now we've got our squareds, so 1x squared minus 3x squared minus 5x squared. So 1x squared minus 3x squared minus 5x squared makes negative 7x squared. Now we need to combine our regular x's. So we've got a regular x here and a regular x here. Positive 3 plus 5 is 8, so plus 8x. And we don't have any other regular numbers without an x at all, so just that minus 5 comes down. So this last blue line is our final answer. Let's try another one. 3b minus 2c times 3b squared minus bc minus c squared. So we're going to take this 3b times everything over here. So 3b times 3b squared. 3 times 3 makes 9. 1 plus 2 makes 3. 3b times negative b squared. So 3 times a negative makes negative 3. We've got 1b plus 1b makes 2b's. And that doesn't have a c, but this does, so I need to write it. 3b times negative 2c squared. 3 times negative 2 makes negative 6. I'm going to put it in order. So b, even though this doesn't have a b, this does. I need to write it alphabetical order. So b and then c squared. Remember, we also take the second piece and take it times everything. So negative 2c times negative 3b squared. That would be what? Negative 6. B coming first, because it's alphabetical first. B squared, and then c. Negative 2 times a negative bc. Negative and negative, when you multiply, make a positive. 2. B, because there's not a b here, so just a b. But we have 2c, so c squared. Last one here is negative 2 times a negative 2, which makes a positive 4. And 1c and 2c make c3. We're going to add those. So now combine like terms. Since this has a b cubed up front, we need to have it first, and then this 4c cubed is going to stay in the back. Because we need to go from highest b and count down my b's, but as I count down my b's, my c's are getting bigger as I go to the right. Because if you notice, all of these make 3. So 2 and 1 make 3, 1 and 2 make 3, 2 and 1 make 3, 1 and 2 make 3. Okay, so we're going to bring down this 9b cubed. Does anything else look like this? So b squared c. We have another b squared c. So with negative 3 minus 6 is negative 9b squared c. Do we have anything else that looks like this with the bc squared? bc squared is that positive 2. So negative 6 plus 2 makes negative 4bc squared. And we're going to bring down our positive 4c cubed because there's no other cubes with the c. And that is our answer. Try these two on your own.